In this video, we're going to take a look at how to use sine cos tan to find the missing sides of triangles. Okay, so this is an example here, the first example we're going to do, and you'll notice that we've been given an angle this time. We've been given an angle, 40 degrees. We've been given a side, 8. But we're missing a side. In fact, we're missing two sides, but we're not asked to find this side down here. They're not looking for that, so we don't need to worry about that side. We just need to worry about the side x. Okay? So we're going to need to find what x is. We're going to need to find that missing side. Now, how do we do that? Well, the first thing we do, as normal with trigonometry triangle questions, is we have to label the sides. Now there are 3 letters used to label each of the 3 sides. We're going to use the letter H, we're going to use the letter O, and we're going to use the letter A. Okay? Now which of the sides is H? Well, H is the side that's across from the right angle. So here's our right angle here. So across from that right angle, this is H. So let's write down H. Whoops. H. Now, O is opposite the given angle. So 40 degrees was given to us. So opposite that is our O side. So we're going to write down the letter O. And then the third side is A. Okay, so there's no specific location for that side, but it's this one here, A. We've already figured out that this is H, and we've already figured out that this is O, so there's only one side left for A to B, and that's it down there, A. Okay, so there are 3 sides. That's that step 1 done. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to write down Sohcahtoa. We have to write down Sohcahtoa. Some of you use different little ways of remembering Sohcahtoa. Silly, old, Harry, caught, a, herring, trawling, off, America. Or there's loads of different ways of remembering it, but these are what we use in these questions. So we write down those 3 trigonometric ratios. That's what they're called. Sohcahtoa. Now let's see what we do next. We have to choose the correct one to use. So are we going to use sine? Are we going to use cos? And are we going to use tan? Which one are we going to use? And this is the hard bit. So this is the really important bit that we need to figure out how to do this step 4, this step 3, because this is the hard bit. Which one should I choose? You should pick the one that contains the side you have. Okay. Which side do I have? I have this side. Okay, because I've been given it. It's 8. And which one is that? That's the side H. Okay. And the one I'm looking for. Well, which one am I looking for? I'm not looking for this down here. They don't want this side down here. They want this. This is the one I'm looking for. X. So I'm looking for O. So which one of these trig ratios, sine, cos, tan, contains O and H? Well, let's see. There's an O. There's an O. There's a H. There's a H. So which one of the 3 has both? I see. O and H. It's in sine. So I'm going to pick sine. Not going to bother with these 2. I need to pick the one that has both the side I have, yep, and the side I'm looking for, yep. So I'm going to pick sine. Okay. What's up next? Write down this ratio and get the missing side. Okay, so let's write this down. Now that I know that I'm picking sine, I say sine or sin equals O over H. That's how I know what to write, because the little mnemonic, let's call them mnemonic, help me remember. Now I fill it in. So the sine of the angle, by the way, Better finish this off quick. Oh, I can plug it in even. I've got my charger here before it runs dead. There we go. So the sine of the angle is equal to O. What's O? It's X over H. What's H? It's 8. Okay. Write down this ratio and get the missing side on its own. So I need to get this X on its own. So I need to bring the 8 over to this side. Now at the minute, it's dividing. So if I bring it over to the other side, it will multiply. And my last little step then is calculator. Okay, so on my calculator, some of you mightn't be sure, what does this bit mean? Well, I'll show you a calculator over here now. We've all got the sine, cos, tans button on it. There they are there. Here's sine, here's cos, here's tan. So I'm just going to write down 8 multiplied by, or I can put it into brackets. So I can say 8, whoops, I get a pen. 8, press the sine button, then press 40, close your brackets, and then press equals. Okay, that's all I'm doing right now. So let's go back and do that. And when you type that into the calculator, you will get 59.6 equals X. Oh, sorry, I put the decimal in the wrong place. It is 5.96. And if they wanted that to the nearest whole number, we would say 6. So now we know that this side up here, this X, is actually 6. Okay. That's how we do it there, the steps there. Let's try another one because they are quite hard. Now this other one is actually from page 564 of your maths books, and it's question 1 on page 564. They've given us this triangle here, and of course you see straight away we're missing a side. We've been given another side, and we've been given an angle. And we have the steps written here just like we had before. So what's the first step we have to do? We have to label the sides of the triangle, label the 3 sides of our triangle. And what's the first side? H. So where's H? It's across from the right angle. So here's our H. What's our another side? O. It's opposite the given angle. Here's our given angle down here. So over here is O. And the third side is A. So here's the third side, A. Now if you wanted, you can pause the video right now and try and finish this question on your own, and then press play when you have it. Otherwise you can just keep watching, but pause at any stage and take up the steps to try and finish it off if you want. I'm going to keep going. Okay, step 2, write down Sohcahtoa. I'm going to do it over here where there's a bit of space. Sohcahtoa. Now step 3, choose the correct one to use. You should pick the one that contains the side you have. I have this side, look, it's right there. So I have H. And the side you're looking for, which side am I looking for? This side right here, which is O. So which has O and H? Oh, it's sine again. Okay, I'm going to pick that one. There, 2 are gone. So let's write down this ratio. So the sine of the angle is equal to O over H. Sine of the angle is equal to O over H. That's what's there. Let's fill it in. So the sine of the angle, what's the angle? 30 is equal to, what's O? It's X over H. What's H? 16. Okay, get the missing side on its own. So you want to pause the video again, remember? If you want to pause it right now and try and finish it off, you're more than welcome to. So I've got to bring this 16 over onto this side so that X will be on its own. And if it comes over onto this side, it will multiply, because it's dividing as it is. So if I move it over, it'll do the opposite, which is multiply. Now I've got X on its own. Now I just need to type this into the calculator to get an answer. You try and do that now on your calculator, see what you get. And we'll come back to it in a moment to see what answers you get. Now, we've got question 2 from page 564. And this is another one of these sine cos tan. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit and show you these steps from here. So do you want to try it on your own? You can pause the video and keep it going. Okay, now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to label my sides first of all. There's my right angle. So over here is my H. Here's my angle. So over here is O. And here's my third side, A. Write down the trigonometric ratios. Sohcahtoa. Pick the one I need to pick. I've got to pick the one that I have. Which one do I have? I have H, okay, because it's 15. And which side am I looking for? Oh, it's not O this time. This time I'm looking for A, haven't I? Because that's where the X is. So I'm looking for A. Okay, which one of these has A and H in it? A and H. No, that's O and H. Here we go. That's O and A. That's gone. So we're using cos this time. So the cos of 26 is equal to x over 15. You want to pause the video and finish it off for me. Okay, got to get x on its own, so I need to bring this 15 over onto the other side. It's dividing at the minute, so if I bring it over, it will multiply. So it'll be 15 by the cos of 26 is equal to x. Now you can type that into the calculator and you will have an answer, and we'll come back to that in a minute, but you try and type that into the calculator. That will be your answer. Now on to questions 3 and 4 from page 564 of your maths books. Here's question 3. Let me do this one with you, or at least start you off. Okay, we should be getting good at this now. Label the sides. There's a cross from the right angle, that's H. Over here is O, and down here is A. Write down the trigonometric ratios. Sohcahtoa. Which one do I have? I have A. Which one am I looking for? I'm looking for O. So which one am I going to pick? O. And which one has A and O in it? O and A. No. No. This time it's tan. So tan of 65 is equal to x over 10. Bring the 10 over, it'll multiply by the tan of 65 equals x. Now you type that bit into the calculator. You type that bit right there into the calculator to get your answer. Okay, and then question 4 is right here. Now you need to pause the video right now. Definitely pause the video right now. And in a moment, press play when you have the 3 of those done. The steps are right here in front of you to try and do, to help you do them. Draw the diagram, maybe draw the triangles into your copy. Write the steps into your copy. And then try and answer them on your own. When you've done them, press play on the video and see how you did. Okay, press pause now. Okay, here are the answers. So I hope you gave them a go yourself, but there are the answers. So the answer to question 1 is 11.47. You can see the work done there and all the labeling going on, so you can pause the video on your own time and look through that. B, the answer's here and the work is done there. Now C was a little bit harder, because you notice that when we got down to here on C, on this question, the bit that we had was on the top, whereas in these previous questions the bit that we had was always on the bottom, and the bit that we were looking for was always on the top. But on this case it's the other way around. So you have to be careful in these ones. When you get x on its own here, we're actually moving the thing that's on the top over to the other side. And when you move the thing that's on the top over to the other side, it stays on the top. Okay, so that's what you would have got there. Whereas over here you see we're moving the thing on the bottom. When you move the thing on the bottom, it goes over to multiply. Okay, little difference there with C, a little bit harder. Now the answers to number 3 and 2 are there. I hope you got all of those ones correct and that you understand Sine cos tan a little bit